Just last fall, I emailed over 50 university professors in an attempt to initiate my own research project on AI studies. I thought it was a techie and cool thing to do. Not to mention, it seemed like it would look good on my resume. When I finally received a response from one of the professors, I was ecstatic. I immediately began working on the project that I was assigned to about speech recognition models, and I created a detailed Google document full of pages upon pages of notes from running my various online experiments. In essence, I was testing this tool called Whisper, an AI-powered speech transcription, translation, and recognition tool. I wanted to see how much decreasing Whisper's size would affect the model's accuracy. The goal was to see how well Whisper could run on small devices like phones and smartwatches. When I was finished running my online experiments, I shared my notes with the professor, and to my surprise, he was actually pretty enthusiastic about them. In fact, he even mentioned that they could possibly be good material for publishing. Me, an 11th grade student publishing a paper? It got me thinking. Before then, I didn't think that my notes were remotely journal-worthy, but that professor's comment gave me the motivation to try just that. I downloaded an online paper template and I studied some basic formatting rules. And 2 weeks later, I had my first research draft. After sharing the draft with the professor and making some revisions, we agreed to publish it on arXiv, an open access research database. What I love about platforms like arXiv, Google Scholar, or NASA ADS is that they don't require an institutional affiliation or a paywall to access them, which becomes incredibly important when we consider the people making contributions to science today. Apparently, people have already been conducting scientific research like I have through something known as citizen science. Citizen science is when the public takes part in the scientific process. Currently, over 2.6 million volunteers have contributed to real scientific discoveries through programs such as the Zooniverse, which is 60 times the population of Hagerstown doing science in their free time. Even NASA has formal programs inviting non-academics to contribute to research, and websites like the Society for Science have entire guidelines on how to do science at home. And if you're thinking, I don't know where to start, that's okay. Ask a question, read a paper, use AI to break it down, look at open datasets, or join a citizen science project. Start something small. You don't need a degree to be curious, and you don't need credentials to contribute. You just need the drive to start and the persistence to keep going. Citizen science is incredibly diverse and offers opportunities for anyone of any age, background, or interest to be able to contribute. For example, for nature enthusiasts, projects like eBird let volunteers track bird sightings and help scientists monitor bird populations around the globe. Astronomy fans may enjoy exploring galaxies or discovering planets through programs such as the Galaxy Zoo or Planet Hunters, classifying celestial bodies from their own computers. History buffs may partake in an archaeological project, such as one using satellite imagery to identify ancient ruins and structures. Even gamers can contribute through playing puzzle-solving games like Fold It, which helps scientists better understand protein structures to advance medicine. Anyone is able to get involved. All you have to do is visit these citizen science platforms, such as the Zooniverse, ScienceStarter, or NASA's own citizen science portal, and you could start working on a project as soon as today. Think about something you've been curious about lately. Seriously, anything. A random question that keeps you up at night. Now, imagine you treated that question like a research problem. What might you discover? And that's where AI can help. According to a Stanford study, in 2024, over 17% of computer science papers and literature review text have already had some content drafted by AI. However, AI is not replacing the researcher. It's becoming a more efficient and faster tool for more inclusive knowledge sharing. Large language models like ChatGPT can summarize dense materials, draft outlines, brainstorm ideas, and even format citations. In my own Whisper project, I was able to use AI to help me understand technical papers that I didn't get upon my first read-through, summarize and identify gaps in the body of literature that I was reviewing, polish my writing and organize my thoughts, and even before I started drafting my paper, ChatGPT helped me plan thorough and consistent experiment outlines that could later be turned into higher quality research. Of course, using AI comes with warnings such as hallucination, and it cannot always be trusted. For example, when I was working on my Whisper project, I had asked ChatGPT to identify a few sources which explain how well Whisper runs on small devices. It gave me this very official-sounding summary, and even linked a paper that had exactly the results that I needed. I was so excited until I tried to look this paper up, and I realized that it doesn't exist. Neither do the results. ChatGPT had just hallucinated all of that information. So AI may not be able to do your research project for you, but it can still definitely be helpful for your research endeavors. And if you're ever like me, emailing 50 researchers hoping for mentorship on your next project, just know that AI can be your 51st mentor just in case. Because at the end of the day, anyone at any age and with any passion can contribute to real science. And now, more than ever, the tools are at our fingertips. Thank you.